So hey guys and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to code something. Last time we just saw how the code.org website works. So this time as we are coding for the first time, we will code a very simple app, uh, a calculator app. Here we will use small codes to create a calculator. So let's get right into it. So first, as we saw last time, we have to click on create and go to the app lab. We are here at the app lab. Today we are going to code a calculator as I said. We'll just have a recap what we saw about app lab in the last video. On app lab we can code proper apps and use them through websites. To start our calculator app now, we need to go to the design tab. This design tab will be to the top left of the page. On the design tab, you will have two sections, a design toolbox and workspace. Here in design toolbox, you can add components to the screen, and in the workspace, you can edit those components. So at first, at the top we need a label. That label should say that it is a calculator app. So we'll just write calculator. When we write calculator, we have to align it to the top, and we could increase its font by coming down and selecting the font size and increasing it by the arrow. After that we can align it again and change the text color through text color and change it to whatever color you want. After this we need two text inputs, one and two. So here are our two text inputs. Here we can add two texts and we can code. Now we need a buttons. The buttons can show operations such as plus, minus, multiply, divide. We can add them through adding the button component and decreasing its size as per we need it. I'll probably suggest a square size as it looks more formal. Then now we can align it. After aligning it, we should add a label to the down of the page where it will show our output. So we have to change the text to blank and increase the size of the label. Here an ID of the label should be output. Doing this will not get confused which text box is this or label is this. So on the first text input, the ID should be text input 1. And for the second text input, the ID should be text input 2. For the first button, as we are going to write operations on the button, the ID for the first button is going to be plus, and the text should be a plus symbol. Now we don't have a plus symbol on our keyboard, so we could do one thing. We could go to the calculator on Google and select the plus symbol on the calculator and copy it and paste it on the text. Now as you can see, we have a plus symbol, and next the minus symbol. Here on second button you could change the ID to minus, and the text to a minus sign. For the third button, you could add means you could add the ID to multiply, as it is going to be used for a multiply symbol. Here you could just enter the letter X on your keyboard. Now you can see you have a multiply symbol, and the last button you have to replace the ID to divide and change the text to divide symbol. But as we don't have a divide symbol, we could do it as the plus symbol. Go to the calculator app on Google and copy the divide symbol. After we have done that, our format must be ready. So now let's go into the code. On the code, we have to make these buttons run. To make these buttons run, we need a click. So to tell it to click, we have to add the first code on event. So here the ID of the first button, if you remember, we have put the plus. So when you click on plus, this command shows, or this code shows now, that when we click the plus symbol, so in this area down below, we have to add the code that should be done when we click the plus symbol. So we have to set the text in ID. Now we have to set the text in output label. So we have to select output and select the text to maths. We have to go in maths in the toolbox and select plus. And the text should be in UI controls. You have to go to UI controls and get the code get text. When we go and get the code get text, we have to select the ID. So as we know, we are going to add the numbers in the first and the second text input. We are going to select first text input, get text from first text input, plus get text from second text input. So now this command or this code now declares that when we click the plus button, the output should be we should get is the get text input 1, means get the text from text input 1 and get the text from text input 2. Oh, I did a mistake, I guess. Not text. This must be wrong. I think we should add the number, means the code get number, as when we get do the code get text, it must get the text. So I think I did it wrong. So we are going to remove that and add the get number to the first and second area of the plus symbol and select the text input number 1 and text input number 2. Here it will now add the two numbers and give the output in the output label. Now we are going to do this for the same minus, into and divide. So how we are going to do that? We are going to do same on event. For the second one we have put minus and click as it is. Then we have to set the text and where it should be shown in the output, and the text should be in maths the plus, and in UI controls it should be get number from text input 1. And oh, I did a mistake again, I guess. Here we can't add a plus symbol, as it will plus when we do it. Here we need to add a minus symbol. So in the minus symbol, we have to remove the plus symbol and put a minus symbol. Now here we have to add the get number and from text input 1 and minus the number from text input 2. And now we are here. We have done the code for the button 1 and button 2, which are the button plus and button minus. Now let's do it for the multiply. On event, when button multiply clicked, set text of the output. Where's the output? Yeah, output to the text of multiply. Here, this multiply operator, it will have a star at the top. Use that, and in the UI controls we have to set it again as get number from text input 1 and get number from text input 2. So we have done it for the multiply. Now let's do it for the divide one. So we have to, on event when divide button clicked, we have to set the text of the label and the ID must be set to divide. Sorry, the output will be on the output label and the text should be, here we have to use the slash as it is the divide operator. So we have to put it in the text and again get number from text input 1 and get number from text input 2. Now I think our app is ready. We could see if it is working by clicking on the button run. When we click on here, the app will now start working. So think if I want to add the number 2 plus 5. The answer is 7 as we know. But let's see if our app knows that. 2 in the first text input and 5 in the second text input. And after clicking on plus, it is showing the answer 7. Okay, good. Then the first on event plus click means the plus button code is working. Now let's try it for the minus. Now we'll use it as 5 minus 2. Oh, sorry. 2. Then let's see if it works. The answer is 3. But let's see if the app knows. Yes, see, the app has given us the right answer. Now let's write for the multiply. We'll keep the same values as it is easy to calculate. 5 into 2 is 10 as we know. So when we click on multiply, it should show the answer 10. Here we are also correct. And the last time divide. 5 minus 2 is not divisible, but still it is, but it will come in decimals. To make it easier for the app, let's put 10 instead of 5. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Let's see if the app knows. So the app knows even this. So our app is ready. Our app perfectly calculates every operation that we added to it. Now let's save it. We have to just click on reset so the running application stops. And we have to just rename the project to calculator and click on save. Here your app is saved. Now when we click on the share option, here you can copy this link and if you go and open a new tab and enter this link, wait a second, I think I have no internet. I'll see you just a second. So yeah, this is the site when we add the share, when we use the share link on the app to means on the code.org to and paste it on the new site. So here we have the same app, but only we can't code in this. We can only use the app in this. Like as we said, 2 plus 5 is 7. Then 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 into 2 is 10 and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So here the app works as it is. There is nothing else. But the calculator app is only ran on the different site given by the app. So that is it for today guys, and don't forget to like and share and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.